And we're off. Welcome everybody. Today is January 24th, 2024, and this is our 5 o'clock work session. I'd like to welcome everybody. If you don't mind, let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. I believe the whole court's here. Squire Dykes is zooming in, so hopefully she's doing okay. We have two guests. Chris Broderick's with us as county attorney, and Jeff Hancock is our clerk today, so I'd like to welcome them. I appreciate you all being here helping out. First, I'd like to open this up. We offer a 3-minute public comment. If anybody in the audience would like to get up and speak in the public comment section. Come forward and please state your name. Now I'm going to ask, before you get started, I'm going to ask our county attorney here, or acting county attorney, to set 3 minutes. Alrighty, and go ahead and present your name and what you're here.
Oh, great. My name is Patricia Waldridge, and I'm coming before you as a co-founder of Swim with Purpose, an organization here in Frankfort I'm sure all of you have heard of. Our mission at Swim with Purpose is to raise $1 million to renovate and open the Aquatic Center at Kentucky State University and HBCU Kentucky State students. Faculty, staff, and along with the local community will once again have a facility for swim lessons, recreation, and exercise. Programs will be created by the university and Frankfort YMCA to break generational stigmas and create a safe and teachable atmosphere for children, college students, and adults. This fund will also establish a self-sustaining fund for ongoing maintenance and programs while partnering with the community with the programs and facilities. Right now, as I stated before, our goal as an organization is to raise $1 million, and right now we're at $265,000, which you could minus, we have gone down to $265,000 because we just wrote a check to Kentucky State University for $75,000 to keep the design phase of the pool renovation moving forward. So I come to you today as a co-founder of this program. This program was created to be a conduit to keep the pool as a focus in our community. As we both know, on a city side and on your side, there are so many projects that we have and that you have, and some things get lost by the side. So we are the conduit to keep this at the front, to say our community deserves a pool. And this should not be the only pool that we should be talking about, but this may be the fix, the quickest fix that we can get moving. And so what I'm asking, I've spoke with Judge Mueller on this case, and I would like, as he stated, would like to bring this to your finance committee to talk about funding. The city has put $30,000 for this to get started. They've already used that $30,000. They've now requested the $75,000, and I spoke with Judge Mueller on a couple of times and asking to see if the county could match the city at $30,000 to support this moving forward. The $75,000 goes toward the design build, which is an A, B, and C process, and so I'd ask the county to match that. That did not come forward on the last meeting. However, I met with Judge Mueller, about a week ago, I think we met, and he said that it would be great if we could bring this in a presentation to your finance committee as well, where hopefully I'll be joined with my chair, Sam, as well, and he'll come forward as well and do a presentation. But I know you guys are on board. Most of you, I think, are on board, definitely Judge Mueller, and that we do need a pool and a community center for our community. This is just the way that I say that, hey, let's put some money out there. It's always saying that if you say let's do something, you should give it a budget. You should give it money, and we continue to talk that there's $1 million that we're looking to maybe put toward a pool or some sort. I think this right here is a good fix right now for us to move forward and then have discussions about a larger pool maybe with the school systems later on. So I appreciate you taking that in consideration and for allowing me my 3 minutes. So thank you so much.
Very much. All right, any other public comments? Seeing none, I'm going to stop. I forgot. Hold on. One second. I'll let you speak. I forgot the blessing today, didn't I? I talked to my man before, and I'm sitting there going, I messed something up. So if everybody doesn't mind, I think I did this last week too, didn't I? Let's take a step back and let's do the blessing. I would feel better, and then I'll let you speak, okay? Thank you.
And you know,
Unless you want to help him with the blessing, you know.
you're welcome. You know, I feel like all the proceedings here are a prayer. So I would just introduce myself. My name is Richard Green. I'm a member of the Catholic Faith Community of Good Shepherd, and I'm representing the Frankfurt Interfaith Council. I would ask each of us to take a moment right now to acknowledge the very real presence here among us of our loving, compassionate God. We thank you, beloved Creator, for being here with us. We proclaim you as the soul of our souls and as the source of all goodness. We thank you for the dedication and perseverance of these, our Frankfurt County elected officials. Inspire each of these officials as they go about this evening's important work of tending to the needs of your people here in Franklin County. We pray that you enlighten, guide, strengthen, and console each of them as they go about this evening's business. We ask that you keep them and ourselves doing all that you want us to do. And all God's people say, amen.
Rich, thank you very much. I appreciate you being with us tonight. All righty. Yeah, absolutely. Please come
Thank you,
forward.
Judge, for allowing me to speak.
If you don't mind, state your name.
Travis Trent.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring something up that's affecting me and my community. The Duckers, RFP, and what's going on with Duckers. I came to a Parks committee meeting last night, and really just wanted to get in a little clarity what's going on with what the court's thinking with the whole project. And you know, there were a few other people there. And I think our community in that neighborhood is just wanting to know, hey, what's going on? What's the fiscal court? You know, you bought this property, I guess, a year ago, and now, you know, there was a big excitement about the potential for that. And now, a year later, the court's looking for proposals to possibly sell the property. And so being there, it directly affects me and my family, possibly my property value. And so all I'm asking for is just a little inclusion for the neighborhood, and so that way there's a little more clarity on our end. Thank you.
Understandable. So just to let Duckers, anybody know, so my intention is that we're going to run it through multiple committees to talk about it. Went through Park Committee. I intend to go through Strategic Plan and then Finance. And then everyone whose email addresses have been given to Mitzi, or they can leave them today. My plan is to have a big meeting with the court and the neighborhood that everybody can get up and speak, and we can have an open conversation about it before we do anything. We're not trying to rush this. It's going to be, you know, it's going to be weeks. So we're going to be as transparent as we can, and you know, just try to communicate the best we can with you all. Okay, thank you. Any other public comments? Alrighty. Solar, Mr. Andy McDonald, I believe you're here to talk to us. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Well, thank you for inviting me to speak with you all today. My name is Andy McDonald. I'm the Director of Apogee Climate and Energy Transitions here in Frankfurt, and I'm on the board of the Kentucky Solar Energy Society. And I'm here to share with you an update about Solarize Frankfurt, a program that we started last year. Solarize is a program organized by the Kentucky Solar Energy Society. And the program initiated in Louisville in 2022, and the city of Louisville organized the program with the Solar Energy Society. And the nature of the program is that it's a bulk purchasing program in which the organizers in Frankfurt, that was us, we did a competitive bidding process and selected a contractor to serve the program. And the process was intended to fully vet and select qualified, experienced solar contractor that provides good equipment, good service, and good pricing for participants in the program. So once the contractor was selected, we then opened enrollment to the community, and anyone in Franklin County or any of the surrounding counties could apply to participate in the program and receive the discounted pricing provided by the selected contractors. And we actually selected 2 contractors for the program. Both contractors that we selected were fairly small companies, and we felt that 2 small companies would be a good fit for the potential volume we could get in the program. So we selected Pure Power Solar, which is based in Louisville, and Wilderness Trace Solar, which is based in Danville, to serve the program. And they provided identical pricing for their customers. And then the program is time limited, so enrollment began in April and went until September. And then contracts needed to be signed by the end of September and systems installed by the end of December. So it's a time-limited program so that customers know they need to make a decision, and that contractors, they're offering fixed pricing for a period of time, but we know that their costs might change over time, so it's not an open-ended process. So we ran Solarize Frankfurt throughout 2023, and we had about 150 people enroll in the program. And when someone enrolls, the way it works is they fill out a form online, and then we, the Solar Energy Society folks, we review the application to see if they're potentially a good site. And part of the value for the contractor is that they get pre-screened projects, so that basically we look at satellite view of the customer's site. And like if you can't see the house because of so many trees, then we know that it's not going to be a good solar site. Or if we get other information about the site from the application, we can reach out to the customer and tell them that they probably don't have a good site. And so the contractor doesn't have to spend time on a site that's not going to go anywhere. In some cases, the customer will say, oh, that satellite image is old, we actually cut those trees down. Or, well, we actually want to put the solar array in the yard where there's good sun. So we can deal with issues like that as they come up. And so in the end, we had 25 customers, 25 residents installed solar in 2023 through the program, amounting to 210 kilowatts and over $500,000 of investment in the community. All of the systems were installed with the homeowners' resources. The Solar Energy Society and our partners, which included the city and the county and Kentucky State University and the county extension office, none of the partners provided funding for the program. We simply were coordinating and connecting people with the vetted contractors. So the customers put up their own resources to install solar. And so we were very happy with the outcome from the program. And we want to express our gratitude for the county giving its support to the program, which helped us get the word out to the community. The county posted information about the program on the county's website and helped us spread the word about the existence of the program. We also did a press conference in May, and Mr. Kennedy came to join us at the press conference, and that was a nice event. The Cable 10 and a TV station from Lexington came out to one of the first homes where we installed solar, and that got us some good publicity for the program. The Solarize program was also run in Louisville and Lexington last year. Lexington installed 76 systems and Louisville installed 65. And so altogether we had about 167 systems installed across the 3 communities. And so this year we're running Solarize again. We are right now doing the RFP process again, so we'll be selecting new contractors for this year. So this year we have 4 communities doing it: Louisville, Lexington, Frankfurt, and Boyle County is also doing it. Boyle will be serving Boyle County and the surrounding counties. We'll be serving Franklin County and the surrounding counties with the exception of Shelbyville, because Shelbyville adjoins Jefferson County. They decided we'll put Shelby County with Jefferson County. And so we expect to have our contractors chosen in March and start enrollment by the end of March. And an exciting possibility coming down the line is Louisville has applied for a grant from the EPA. EPA has a Solar for All program offering hundreds of millions of dollars to states that's available to entities all across the United States for investing in solar in low and moderate income homes. And they will give 1 or 2 grants to every state in the country. At least all states are potentially competitive. So Louisville and the State Department of Energy have each submitted applications with a particular focus. And Louisville's focus is to serve Louisville, Lexington, a community in eastern Kentucky, and Bowling Green, and could potentially be extended to Franklin County if they get awarded. If they get awarded, they, I believe, will have $50 to $100 million to invest in solar, which would go directly to low and moderate income families. So part of what we're doing with the Solarize program is trying to develop the workforce. So we're trying to work with, in part, smaller companies and help them be able to add staff, add capacity, so that as solar grows in the state, we have the ability to meet the demand. And so that's part of what we're trying to do. And we'll know in July if Louisville or the State Energy Office receives their grant. The State Energy Office, their program was focused on the disaster areas that were hit with disasters in 2021, where eastern Kentucky was struck by severe floods and western Kentucky was struck by severe tornadoes. And so they decided to focus their resources on those communities if they receive the award. So we'll find out in July how those went. Again, we appreciate the county's support, and we'll keep you posted as the program develops, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Perfect. Thank you very much for the presentation and the update. Does the court have any questions for Mr. McDonald? I'm going to ask you one. Is the state doing anything to incentivize residential solar? In other states, or even here, commercial-wise, there's a lot of incentives. They'll pay 50%. I remember when we did our first solars, USDA paid 50% because it was a commercial building. But there's no incentives here for residential. Like you go out west, and there might be one panel on top of a home, because there's state incentives. Is there any talk about anything like that?
I'm not aware of any incentives for homeowners coming directly through the state.
Okay.
The Solar for All program, if they received that grant, would be one such.
Yeah, okay.
But just related to that, though, the city of Lexington is partnering. They're coordinating the Solarize program in Lexington. Last year, they allocated $1 million to help low-income families in Lexington put solar on their homes. And they've allocated another $1 million for this year. So a portion of the Solarize homes are being funded for low-income families in Lexington through that program. And Louisville has allocated, I believe, $250,000 for low-income homeowners.
Okay, well, good. Good deal. Well, again, thank you. Thanks for all the work you're doing, Andy.
You're welcome.
All righty.
All right, have a good night.
All righty, you too. Next is our jailer, Mr. Ron White. You're going to get up and kind of give us a little update. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Doing well, thank you. Thanks for being with us.
It's been 2 weeks since the last court meeting, so the raises were approved. We are advertising on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, on several other places. We've had, I think, 12 or 13 applications, which is more than we've had in the last 2 or 3 months, probably. We've hired 7 people. 4 of those have experience at other jails. So we have 4 people in training as we speak. We had 1 already quit, and we had 1 person that we let go. So we're going in the right direction, not quite exactly where we want to be, but we do have other applications going through the backgrounds and stuff like that. So I think that's it at the moment.
So in a nutshell, you're basically saying that what we did worked to get
I
people
think
to-
it did. It certainly has generated far more interest than we've seen since I've been there in September. We've had an application or two trickle in or something like that. We haven't had 4 people in training, and I don't remember. I don't think we ever have since I've been there this time, so.
Okay.
I think we're going in the right direction. We're going to keep doing that, keep advertising.
Good deal.
We get,
Squire Westmont, so you turn your mic on.
Yeah, just wanted to thank Ron again for what I, from the time we took over the jail or the sheriff's office to now. I mean, we were there yesterday, and the appearance of the place is night and day. And I think there's been quite an uptick in morale just since our last action, according to
yes,
to
that's
Ron,
true.
that I'm very grateful, and I want to express again the thanks to the staff at the jail who were working just incredible hours, waiting on us to take this next step, and hopefully it's going to prove fruitful. So thank them all again.
We are dealing with a little bit of a flu outbreak, so we're still working crazy hours. We got several sick staff members, but that's what this time of year, so we just have to deal with that. But several people have said that this was life-changing money for them. So.
Good. Thank you for the comments. Squire Sebastian.
Thank you, Judge. Thanks for coming.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to check to see if we had any facility issues with the cold stack.
We did have a couple of frozen pipes, not inside the secure part of the facility. We did have one on the outside, but I don't believe there's any damage on that particular valve. We're working diligently to repair the burst pipes that we did have. No major calamity. We didn't really lose anything. It identified some weaknesses that we're going to need to take care of pretty quick, and we're working on that. So I guess we met yesterday talking about the valve project that you guys have already approved. We ran into a little bit, I don't want to call it an issue, but there's something that we need to deal. We're working together with the plant board to determine where in the line that we need to put a filtration system and whose responsibility is that to be done. So we've been in phone contact with them today. Their person that does that is out with COVID at the moment. So we will be working on that the first of next week. As soon as they're available, we're ready to go. And I anticipate coming back to the next court meeting with a recommendation on a vendor for that project. And hopefully we'll have the solution for the filtration at the same time, and we can move forward on that, because that'll be a big step forward. You want me to address the showers, or you good?
No, let's wait on that one.
Okay.
Squire Tanner, please turn your mic on.
Most of the questions I had already in your comments, because I know we were at yesterday out there, and you were gonna meet with the plant board, but they're obviously didn't meet with you because they're sick.
Yeah.
Or their person is. So my question was, you already answered it. Basically, you didn't meet with them. But the other part of your comment, I think, was that when that is available, you are gonna meet with them, and whoever responsibility is to filter that water will be determined then. Is that correct?
That's my understanding. In the phone conversations with the plant board, they have been very cooperative. They very much want to work with us to solve this issue so that we can get this valve project going. And what they said was, if it's on our part of the line, then we'll be responsible for it. But if it's on theirs, then they're going to fix it, and that will be determined when we can get together, hopefully the first of next week.
The pressure issues, are they gonna deal with that also?
I believe it's a package deal. I think we really need to deal with it all at the same time to get the valves in, and that will change. I think that will dramatically improve the infrastructure at the jail overall. Hopefully reduce our water bills.
Good deal. Ron, thanks again for all y'all are doing
Yes,
out there.
sir.
Yeah. All righty, next we have Duke with us. Duke Wilburn is for a road department update. How you doing, Duke?
Doing great. How y'all doing?
Good.
I'd like to start off first thing and publicly thank the road department employees they did an awesome job during this snow events we've had. I got several calls and texts praising the work that they did, so. And it was a little tough at times with the cold, so. Just like to thank them for that. And our project is going well. There again, the weather kind of put us in a bind on that, but as of this afternoon, the testing company, we've got all the rock in it for the salt barn, and testing company wasn't able to do their compaction test today. Hopefully they'll be able to do that tomorrow. they're gonna start on the footers just as soon as the test is complete. So, that's good news. Looks like they're planning Friday to pour one half of the storage building slab, which is good news. So, this weather straightens up, we'll be moving along pretty good down there. And then I'd like to thank the fire chief also for letting us use a bay at Station 10 to clean some of those trucks up, get the salt off of it. That was a huge help for us. Allowed us to clean them up. And there's one of the trucks, that's our newest one. We just got it just in time to put it to work. And everything worked well with it, so it's a nice truck. I'd like to thank the court for that. And then we still got the mow trim out running when we can. It's out in the sheep pen area, old sheep pen out that way. So as long as we can keep it running. And I did talk to the vendor for the new one today, and he thinks we'll get it somewhere around July. So possibly earlier. It's just that's what they're telling him. So told him we'd take it as soon as we can get it. We need it.
Well, Duke, I just want to thank you all for the snow removal. Y'all did a great job. I couldn't tell you how many calls we had. I sent them to you and things like that. And then a special shout out to Chief Brewer and yourself for working together on, being able to let the road department get inside one of your buildings to wash the trucks and clean them up and things like that. So it goes a long ways that everybody's working together, and I hope the community can see that. So I'm going to ask the court, do y'all have any questions for Duke while he's here? Please, go
I
ahead.
think it did do it. I hadn't heard anything except great things, especially in my neighborhood and out in that area, how quick and responsive you are to the snow removal. And I will say one thing, that our road department and the street department are really responsible for our schools being able to resume as quick as they did. They're still out in many places in this state, including Lexington. They may have come back today, but they've been out quite a while because they couldn't get their routes clean. When our kids go back to school quicker than anybody around, that goes to show you somebody's doing a good job.
So Duke, on the construction wise, so basically, once the compaction's tested for the salt barn, that footer crew will move over, start doing footers there. Once they get concrete poured, then we start to have steel go up on the vehicle storage, is that correct? They'll bring a different crew to start putting steel up?
It'll be a different crew that'll
So
start the
hopefully
steel.
by next meeting, you'll have
Let's
pictures
hope.
of steel and everything, I hope.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Well, I will say, I'm impressed. Those guys are out there working in the rain. I mean, they haven't missed much, so.
They've not missed a day.
Yeah, it's been some days that I'm like, there's
Snow
no
and
way they're
rain
down there
and whatever
working,
it
and they're
is.
down there. Squirt.
Judge, I was just going to pass along a few accolades too. I've got the far reaches of the county that are almost unreachable in several ways, and the county roads were in this last storm were better shaped than the state's quicker, and even in the most remote places, I got a couple of compliments. So I just want to pass those along to the guys too. I know they ran some long hours for 3 or 4 days there.
Right. Thank you.
Duke, thank you. Thank you. Alrighty, next we're gonna run to the judge's report. I believe we have some pictures for everybody tonight. So since our last court meeting, January 9th, I'm just gonna kind of recap all the committee meetings we've had. I believe Andrew's gonna kind of put some notes up, and to let the fiscal court know that we're gonna go ahead and start putting these notes in your packets, kind of as we have fiscal court meetings, just so everybody has the information, doesn't have to look for it, to make it a little bit easier. Parks Committee had a good, Hitchcock came down, we had a great committee meeting. We talked about timeline, schedule, lines of communication, goals, objective, things like that. They're hopeful to be able to have everything ready to go by July 1 out for bid, so that's exciting. Solid Waste Committee met. We talked some more about the biogester logistics as far as, what we're going to maybe do to kind of help the trash situation in our community. Another thing we talked about was the language for Waste reduction, we're also looking at, I'm just going to kind of let this out a little bit. Franklin County is looking to be the first county in the state to ban single-waste plastic bags and take out styrofoam by January 1, 2025. So that is at least our intention as a committee to kind of head that direction. Strategic planning, couldn't say enough good things about this meeting. We had all the department heads in there. It's the first one of the year we've had. We're going to start doing those quarterly. Super productive. I mean, we were talking with priorities of every department, current budget needs, upcoming expenses, any capital projects, maintenance items, some IT stuff with security, things like that. It's nice to see everybody working together and having a conversation. Had another Parks Committee meeting. It was going to be on the 19th, but it was scheduled to move to the 22nd because of snow. We talked a lot about the Sports Commission. We started that conversation probably a year ago. We're probably going to circle back on that. I'm going to ask Eddie Jones, who I think we had hired previously, to come and talk to everybody about that. We did go into closed session to talk about the property that we have for sale that we spoke about a little bit earlier. Jail Task Force, we met yesterday. We toured the facility. I think Ron covered most of it. Just really kind of looked at everything as far as future needs and goals and things like that. I know we have a jailers race coming up, but we're going to do everything we can in our power to kind of bring it up the best we can to help them out, make it better. I had actually an hour Zoom meeting on 17th with a Boys-Girl Club. There's some around our communities, around our state. There's a couple people on there from out of state that help organize things. So they're working with Wanda Joyce Robinson and Thornhill. They're going to do a site visit in February of their facility out there to see what it's going to take to get a girls' boys club in Franklin County. I had my monthly interview with Cable 10 Plant Board. Always appreciate, there's a picture of me, I guess. Always appreciate getting together with them. We talked about the Lakeview Park project, just some other things as far as, I think, indoor pools come up with some discussions, and just kind of where the court was last year and kind of where we're headed for this year, and just, broadband, things like that I know it's still very important to this court. NCFL, Thornhill Learning, there's some more things. They're still working on, we're the pilot program for the nation, which I know this fiscal court is super proud of. They're still in the process of getting all the committees together and things like that. They're working very hard. It is still open, so I'm going to go ahead and say if there's anybody watching, there's Cherry Boyles there. She's kind of the one running it for Franklin County through the NCFL. We're still looking for people to be involved, and let it be if you're a retailer or anything, educator, it doesn't matter. So her email address, and Andrew I think is going to put that up there. There it is. I don't have to read it. So if anybody out there watching is interested in helping this initiative, it's a wonderful thing to kind of get our community together and get people back in the workforce and feeling better about themselves. Last Saturday there was a Veterans Breakfast. I think Squire Sebastian was there also. It was nice. It was super cold out and snowy still, so the crowd probably wasn't the best, but I know they were very appreciative that people were there. He did tell me that they're going to start doing it, I believe, the third Saturday. Oh, there's calendar. Third Saturday, I believe, of every month. So that's always good to promote and help them out because they do so much for our community and our veterans. Yesterday, I had the third annual State of the Community. I was held at KSU. I'm very appreciative of KSU for hosting that event with the Chamber of Commerce. I believe Squire Sebastian, Squire Tracy, Squire Tanner were there. It was great. It was good to hear from Kentucky State, the county school systems, independent school systems, the city, myself all spoke. So it was just a good event. We each had 5 to 8 minutes. It was good just to hear all the positive things that are going on in our community that I don't think people really realize how much is going on right now. So it's good. There was over 150 people in attendance. All the years I've been going, I've never seen that many people. And there was people from bourbon industry, from retail industry. I mean, just individual people there. So it was really good to see. I'm super glad. I do know, I believe, the KCJEA Winter Conference is coming up. Andrew has a little picture of that. I believe a lot of you all will be there getting more education and things like that. And then I want to let everybody know that February 7th, and I believe Mitzi sent an email out, Wednesday, February 7th from 9 to 3, there's a rally in the Rotunda for the Recovery Advocacy Day at the Capitol. So anybody that can go, I know Squire Dykes has already said that she's going to go and try to just learn as much as we can. We still have that opioid task force out there that we're, trying to work maybe with some other communities about what we can do for a big impact. So that would be definitely a good thing if anybody is able to go. Last but not least, just want to let everybody know that our next fiscal court meeting is February 15th at 5 o'clock. So,
Judge, can I ask you just a couple things really quickly, since it was brought up? Have we received a request from the city at all, from the city manager or the mayor, to look at a pool study?
No.
Has that been
We have
something they've, okay. I just wanted to clarify, there was a statement made, obviously,
Yep.
and, I think the appropriate format for any request, and for that to come to us would be through the action of the city manager to you to have that conversation instead of, I just, don't think this is the place for political stunts, so just wanted to state that. And if I could, also, I wanted to announce, I'm so excited it was finally made public today, that Bald Knob Road will be receiving $3.42 million in state funds to be rehabbed from Clifty Drive to Dry Ridge Road. That stretch of road hasn't been touched in my entire lifetime that I know of, other than a pavement when I was really young, about 30 years ago. So excited to see that, but the work is going to start Friday, I understand, or February 1st, sorry.
Okay.
So just
Perfect.
It's not been out there very much yet, but
Yep.
it is going to start impacting traffic quite a bit through the fall. So want
Good
to make
deal.
sure that gets out. Thanks.
All good. All righty, thank you. Alrighty, now we're going to move on to authorization of minutes from our public hearing of January 9, 2024. Any comments, concerns on that? All right, seeing none. Next is authorization of approval of minutes of regular meeting of January 9th, 2023. It's a regular meeting. Alrighty. Next is the second reading and approval of an ordinance amending ordinance number 8-2023 relating to the reapportionment of magisterial maps. I know we had the first reading last court. Is there anything anybody would like to talk about as far as this item? Alrighty, seeing none, we're going to get to the reappointments. So, as most of you all know, appointments on boards are very important to us. I'm probably running a little behind on some of the appointments, and that's my fault. We have some in front of us, very good people. We have advertised this multiple times. I know on January 12th we ran it for a while, and then back in June we ran it to get applicants in. So in front of you, and if you all want to have any questions or anything, we can run down them. Elkhorn Water District, Brad Gregory. I think most of you all know Brad. He's been pretty pivotal at Elkhorn Water to make sure things are moving smoothly, and he would like to continue serving. I think he's the board chair. Is that right, Squire Tracy? Yep. We have Farmdale Sanitation District Board. That's out Squire Sebastian's way. Any questions? I mean, probably Bob. I mean, all these water districts have a lot going on. So to know that a lot of these are willing to continue to serve, for me, is very good for us, because I know they're in the process of really trying to figure out multiple things as far as potentially working together, saving resources. They're all just doing a really good job, and I'm very appreciative that they're willing to serve. We have the Board of Health. I think everybody knows Elle Travis. She does a fabulous job, and I know Judy and them would love for her to continue serving. If anybody needs to stop me at any point, please do. Andy Breek, I believe she was finishing someone else's term out. I actually called the board themselves, because I always want to know how the people are performing or not performing for us. They couldn't say enough good things about her and her involvement, so she would like to continue to serve. This last one is out Squire Tracy's way, and I know everybody knows a lot's going on at Peaks Mill. They're trying to figure a lot of things out. It's a very crucial time in their history, but I am appreciative that Church Quarles and Ross Thompson are willing to continue to serve. I know we still have one more opening on that board. I had somebody contact us just the other day who will be sending an application in that I think would be dynamite. Hopefully have that on the next court meeting. Would any of the magistrates, or does anybody have any questions or thoughts or anything on all the appointments?
Just in regards to the ones that represent entities in my district, I just want to thank them. It's really tough to find people to volunteer to sit on these boards, put in the time and work. So I just want to thank them, everyone on here.
Thank you, Squire. Okay, I believe we are now going to go into closed session, so I'm going to read this. Authorization to go into closed session per KRS 61.8101F, discussions or hearings that might lead to the appointment, discipline, or dismissal of an individual employee.
So moved.
All righty, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. We're going to go into closed session, please.
Apogee. And it is the same as the next agenda item, the long sheet, or the short. Looks like you have a short one. I'm sorry about that. Just want to highlight some of the things from this sheet. So this is for the 6 months ending December 31st. If you look on the far right-hand side, the 2024 totals. Receipts, 29 million. Expenditures, 17 million. That leaves us with an excess of 11 million. Adding in our fund balance, that brings us to 33 million. And then you also have the expenses and revenues. If you have any questions about that.
Any questions from the court for our treasurer tonight? Amy, is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Alrighty, payment of claims. Anybody have any questions to ask Jeff? You're the acting clerk, right? In case you have questions for payment of claims, Jeff?
I'm open. We got 29 and a half more minutes we have to bypass, so I'm open for any and all questions. Be glad to help answer
I
them.
believe the sitting clerk and the deputy judge have a little wager going, sounds like. Alrighty. Seeing none, other business. I actually have something for other business, if y'all are okay with me throwing something out there. One of the things that I realized recently is that we should have probably done in the beginning of our term is to assign somebody in case, God forbid, I am unable to Zoom, to take a phone call, to call court. It has to be an elected official. The deputy cannot do that. So I'm going to throw out, this is just me, we can talk about it as a group, that Squire Tracy, since he is the longest sitting magistrate on our court, be the person if for some reason, and I hope to God not, something were to happen to me or or can't get a hold of me or anything like that. So thoughts on that? I would like to add that to the voting session tonight, just to clean that up. Squire Sebastian.
Yeah, thank you, Judge. I know it has been the past practice, and I think that it has worked well because individuals who've been longer serving on the court are more familiar with overall actions. So I would just think that I would agree. That's a great plan.
Any other comments?
Judge, I've got it written as Squire Tracy to be acting judge in an emergency situation is just how I have it written. Is that what you're wanting?
Yeah, that's okay. Yep. Thank you. Any? Well, what? When I'm not available, yeah. Obviously, when I'm, yeah.
It's not available, it's what statute for county attorneys. County attorney is absent is the word.
Okay, perfect.
The
Yeah.
first assistant county attorney.
Yep. Okay, so, do we do that in voting session? We need to make a motion during voting, or do we do it now to put it in voting?
I would do it now.
Huh? Do it in voting? Where would I do it in voting? Yeah, but we still have to put it on the voting session. So I guess, do I have a motion to,
It's under other business, you just
so,
go with it.
so we'll get there?
We didn't have to.
Okay, I gotta remember.
It's already there.
All right, any other business? Seeing none, we're gonna move on into the voting session, if that's okay with everybody. It's okay with you? You sure? Alrighty, so we are now in the voting session, January 24, 2024, 5 o'clock. Clerk, please call roll.
Squire Sebastian.
Here.
Squire Weber. Present. Squire Dykus.
Here.
Squire Tracy.
Here.
Squire Tanner.
Here.
Squire Wisman.
Present.
Judge Mueller.
Present. Thank you, Clerk. Authorization for approval of minutes from public hearing of January 9, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization for approval of minutes from regular meeting of January 9th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay.
Who's that second? Wisman?
Motion passes. Second reading and approval of an ordinance amending ordinance number 8-2023 relating to the reapportionment of magisterial districts.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Alrighty, here we go. Authorization to approve reappointment of Eric Brad Gregory to the Elkhorn Water District for a term ending June 30th, 2027.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve reappointment of Charlie Burnett to Farmdale Sanitation District Board for a term ending June 30th, 2027.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those
Who's the
opposed.
second on that?
Wisman. All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the reappointment of Christina L. Travis to Franklin County Board of Health for a term ending December 31, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the reappointment of Andrea Breek to the Board of Directors of the Franklin County Humane Society for a term ending March 10th, 2027.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the reappointment of Ross Thompson to Peaksville Water District for a term ending December 31, 2027.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to approve the reappointment of Church Quarles to Peaksville Water District for a term ending December 31, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. And again, I just want to thank everybody who's serving on the behalf of the Fiscal Court on these boards. It's a big thing for you all to do for our community, and we thank you. Authorization to receive Treasurer's Quarterly Report for the 6 months ending December 31, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to receive Treasurer's Report.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Payment of claims. Is there a motion to deny payment of any claim? No motion was made. Let the record reflect claims are to be paid. So, can I just go right into this next one with whatever I want to do, or do I have to vote?
You have to amend
I'll
the
make-
agenda.
Are we gonna amend the agenda or just leave it under that?
Amend the agenda.
I don't
Amend
think
the
that's
agenda. Do I have a motion to amend the agenda for other business?
I think other business already on
Or,
there.
so what am I amending for?
You're amending the agenda to put a voting item on there. You have no voting item.
There you go. Right, that's what I was trying to get. Yep.
Thank you, Chris.
Go ahead, Squire.
I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to add on the agenda that Scotty Tracy be
Presiding officer in case.
presiding officer in the case of emergency in your absence.
Second.
Good. Good, Chris?
Good.
Okay.
Because it's in the absence.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be an emergency, it's not here.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to adjourn.
Get a vote on it.
You've amended
Oh, I
the
amended
agenda. We got to vote on it
Okay.
now.
Sorry, I saw that adjourn on this list, and I was ready to go.
I move that we
I think you're
reappoint
helping.
Scotty Tracy to serve as the presiding officer of this body in the absence of the county judge executive.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. Authorization to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion passes. We are adjourned.